What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I am back today to give you guys a review of the Nike Kobe 5 Protro Year of the Mamba in this University Red colorway. First off, I want to give a huge thank you over to Jay, aka Shanghai Soul on Instagram, along with Do Shanghai, one of Shanghai's leading streetwear and sneaker boutiques, for helping me get these over to Canada. So this is the Nike Kobe 5 Protro, and it released as part of the Year of the Mamba collection, as this year is the Year of the Snake under the lunar calendar. So Nike rolled out this huge collection, which included two Nike Kobe 5s, one which was the eggplant colorway, that was more of the general release colorway, that was sold even in North America. And then this one, the University Red colorway, I believe these were only exclusively sold in China. So these dropped back in January, and I believe they retailed around $200 US, which after conversion and all of that is approximately 300 Canadian. And the official colorway for this shoe is University Red, Black, and Metallic Gold. So when I first saw the initial images of this pack, I wasn't a fan of the eggplant colorway whatsoever. I just think the purple and the gold just really didn't go together. But this one really caught my eye as it really fits the occasion. With Chinese New Year or Lunar New Year, the colors of red and gold, it just goes perfectly together. And I was really disappointed to hear that this was only available in China. But luckily, and again, shout out to Jay and Do Shanghai, they were able to come through, get these for me for retail, and ship them from China all the way here to Canada. So first things first, here's a quick look at the packaging, and I gotta say, the box on this release was amazing. So we have this red-based cardboard box with this snakeskin pattern to it on top, and inside the box it comes with this really luxurious feeling dust bag. It almost feels like silk. So again, we have the Kobe logo on one side, and the snake graphic with the numbers 8 and 24. So as for the shoe itself, this is your typical Kobe 5 Protro, but there are some changes on this shoe that make it unique and special to this specific collection. So starting things off with the upper, you'll see how the upper is crafted out of this synthetic material, which tries to simulate the look of leather, but this is all just synthetic. So on the toe box, we have these perforations in different sizes, and then overlaid on top of the front toe box, we have another fuse overlay. This is done in this textured gold colored finish. Covering the eyelets, we have more of that synthetic red colored material. You can see the shape of the flywire underneath. I don't know if these Protros actually have flywire within them anymore, or if it's just a pattern that makes it look like it has it. But in either case, stitched on top of this, we have the snake graphic, which is done in this shiny metallic gold finish. This has a very grand and regal look to it, and it wraps around this woven swoosh, which is done in this black finish. When you compare this to the medial side, so on this side it's much simpler. We don't have a snake graphic here, but instead we have a much smaller Nike swoosh. This is fused on top of the material, and we have these 4 lines of perforations, which helps to give the shoe a little bit more breathability. Covering the top portion of the ankle collar area, instead of your traditional mesh, we have this patterned textile which looks like snakeskin. And then beneath this we have this TPU heel clip with Kobe Bryant's signature in the center. This gives you a lot of structure and support along the back end of the sneaker. As far as the laces go, so this pair only comes with one lace option, and they're a flat style red colored lace. And then beneath this, instead of your traditional mesh, we have a textile layered tongue, which is the same material that we saw covering the top portion of the heel. On the very top though, we have this fuse overlay, and then in the center of that, we have this gold colored Kobe Bryant sheath logo. On the back of the tongue, we have the Chinese characters that translates to Year of the Mamba. The tongue is partially gusseted, and it's connected to the body of the shoe, creating this one-piece booty-like fit. And then for the inner collar, this is very well padded, and it's covered in the silky smooth red-colored liner. These come with a typical foam line insole, nothing too special here. It's lined in red on the top, and we have that snake 824 graphic stitched onto the heel. So the upper of the Kobe 5 Protro, this differs from the OGs in that it utilizes a full-length Cushlon foam midsole instead of the traditional Phylon that was used for the originals. And instead of a heel and forefoot zoom unit, instead for the Protros, we have a much larger zoom turbo unit. This is basically like an articulated zoom bag, and it covers the entire forefoot. But interestingly enough, we don't have zoom air underneath the heel. And then for the bottom, here we have your outsole, which is constructed out of a black and red colored rubber. We have this heartbeat shaped traction pattern on both the forefoot and heel. We have this exposed foam on the heel with the Nike logo in black. And then in the middle, we have this carbon fiber shank plate, which is there in place to help with torsional rigidity and midfoot support. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this pair. And for those wondering about how these fit, to me these fit like any other Kobe 5, so I personally go up half a size. I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. I got these in a size 10.5, and they fit me perfectly in a snug way. So Kobe 5s are a very snug fitting shoe, and I've always felt like I needed to go up half a size for them. Even in this case where I'm rocking these casually, regardless if I'm playing ball in them or even rocking them casually, which I'm gonna be for this pair, going true to size in my experience has been way too snug. But whatever size you normally wear for the Kobe 5s, I'd go with that same size for this pair. If you've never tried on a pair before, I just recommend going up a half a size. So for example, if you're a size 9.5 in like an Air Jordan 1 or an Air Max 90 or an Air Max 1, I'd go with a size 10 for this pair. Next up in terms of the comfort, so again, I'm wearing these strictly for casual use. I know that might be blasphemous, but I'm not gonna be rocking these on the court. They're just too beautiful and too special of a pair for me to mess up. But rocking these casually, they actually have a decent amount of cushioning to them, even though it's meant to be a performance basketball shoe. So with this full-length Cushlon, you feel quite a bit of softness straight out of the box. I guess that's why they replaced the Zoom Air underneath the heel, as all the cushioning that you're gonna feel is coming from that Cushlon directly. So the heel especially has a decent softness to it. The forefoot, I feel like it needs to be broken in a little bit for you to really maximize the feeling of the Zoom, but even just straight out of the box, you can feel that energy return right away. And the Kobe 5s has always been a really lightweight feeling sneaker as well, so whether that's on the court or off, that's gonna feel great on foot. Finally, in terms of the quality and craftsmanship, so first off, material quality was really nothing special. It's all just synthetic materials meant to be used on the court. So if you're expecting high quality leathers, for example, that's not going to be found on this pair. But given that this is, again, a performance basketball shoe, I really wasn't surprised. The build of the shoe I thought was fine. There were some very minor glue stains around where the midsole connects to the upper, but aside from that though, the shoe was pretty much free of any flaws, so I was pleased with how these were in hand. So with all of that out of the way now, let's toss these on feet, I'll lace them up, and I'll show you guys how these look. When I first saw the initial product images of this collection, I thought it was a little bit cheesy and I wasn't sure how I would feel about this snake pattern on the lateral side. But the more I was exposed to this collection, and especially with all the Chinese New Year or Lunar New Year celebrations happening around me, I really caught that itch. So when Jay offered to get me these for retail, that's when I decided I had to pull the trigger, and I'm very happy that I did. I think this is an excellent colorway. Given that I am Chinese, this is gonna be a shoe that I can see myself wearing in future January and Februarys to celebrate the new year. And yes, it's an extremely loud colorway, but I think for the right occasion and with the right outfit, especially if you wear something a little bit more subtle up top, I think this is a fire shoe to rock. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about this pair? For anyone watching, were you able to grab these as well? I know this was a bit tougher of a shoe to get given that it was only sold in Asia, but leave your thoughts down below and let me know what you guys think. As usual, you can check me out on my social media accounts. I'll link all of that down below. And again, thank you for all your continued love and support. Truly, truly appreciate all of you. Another huge shout out goes out to Do Shanghai and Jay, aka Shanghai Soul. Give both of them a follow if you can. So thanks everyone for watching, and I'll catch all of you in my next review.